All right. Part 2, Chapter 2.
Spiders.
Checking your email?
Well, all right, I can't stand it when that tab lights up.
All right, let's start Chapter 2. Just a second, you check my email.
I wasn't going to read it. All right. For those of us just joining us, we're doing a reading of Spiderses. You shouldn't just be joining us. Go listen to Part 1. Anyways, yeah, you just click the link and then you can listen to number 1 first.
Subscribe, like us. Go to our Twitter page and Facebook, and our DeviantArt and our Tumblr and our...
Actually, I'd rather you didn't.
What's another website people hook up on?
And no, that's not like reverse psychology. I don't want you to like or subscribe me. I hate all of it.
Go to our Reddit, our subreddit, and...
Two jerks with their dicks in their hands. That's what we're called. That's our subreddit. Okay, let's get this train wreck moving. Chapter 2, Spiders. There was a living like that for a while time, where they lived together and had some spider sex sometimes, but only when Twilight felt extra sorry for Big Mac. Spidkey was downstairs and crying lots.
Spidkey.
Yeah, that's
Spidkey? Is he Russian now? Spidkey and Twiskey. Twilightsky.
Twitai.
Rainbow Dashkey.
So, when is Spidkey gonna become a Spiders'? And then they'll have like a Spiders' threesome?
Spidkey, cousin of Spudkey. Is that racist?
That's a question only you can answer. Okay, so Spidkey was downstairs and crying lots because he didn't know where Twilight went to, and Twilight wanted to go make Spike feel less ad. But she was a spider and couldn't talk? Question mark? Yeah.
And couldn't talk? Can't you not talk?
Twilight's belly got bigger and bigger, and she didn't know what was happening.
What? Are we on DeviantArt front page now?
No, we'll
I've
do that
seen
later.
that.
She didn't know what was happening, and then Spider-Mac read big. Okay. Spider-Mac read big, said, I think you might be getting ready to have spider babies. Colon. And Twilight said, what?
What? What?
And Big Mac said, yup. Except for he couldn't actually make that word sound because he was a spider and doesn't have pony voice boxes anymore. Okay, I want to play a game.
Catchphrase, but not a real catchphrase, because I can't say the catchphrase. What?
I want to play a game called What's Anatomically Wrong with That Scenario? He couldn't make that word because he was a spider and doesn't have pony voice boxes anymore. I guess he's a collector of pony voice boxes.
Scientifically speaking, ponies actually do have more than one voice box. They have two to make the neigh and the yay sound.
But I feel like I'm nitpicking. The story's actually like really pulling me in now.
It's very immersive.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Said no one ever.
Actually, I'm a little terrified. Twilight was real sad and upset because spider babies were gross and creepy and weird, and she crayed and little bit. But Big Mac Red Spider...
What? No, what? What?
She crayed.
She crayed?
Yeah, it's supposed to be cried.
Oh! No, this is like, she crayed and little bit. I was like, what the fuck is he trying to get with that?
Yeah, she's like crying. She's unhappy because she's a fucking spider. Who wouldn't be unhappy?
I'd be unhappy if I was in this story too.
Okay, so she crayed and little bit, but Big Mac Red Spider gave her the biggest moss happy hug ever, and said I always wanted to be a daddy, even though I didn't want to be a spider daddy. I will try to be the best spider daddy ever and be here for you all the times, and okay? And Twilight felt the most happy, but still was not happy at the same time. Okay, this author has...
Don't personally attack him, that's mean! He might be just learning to read and write.
He has great insight into the reader of this story. Felt the most happy, but still was not happy at the same time.
Oh my god.
That's how I feel. I am so happy, but really not happy at all.
I'm just not happy with this. I'm just Seriously, like, right now we're like barely at 6 minutes, and this is already my second cider.
Well,
I drink the ciders to deal with the spiders
oh my god.
It's like alcohol.
So are we even keeping track of how many drinks you're taking anymore? I don't think so.
No, I think that was just a joke in the first one.
Okay.
It took like 5.
It was a bad joke.
God damn it, dude! Just like scream right in the microphone.
Hello.
We can edit this part out.
Now we will continue Spiders' in this new voice.
It's like picking you up. I'm not sure if it is.
Oh well. We have shitty equipment, so you know. We're sitting in my front room. Then one day, Twilight had to lay spider eggs.
Eggs?
Addin, it was the most strangest. It felt like a bubble wrap bubbles being pooped out. That was almost as good as the crunchy bag of potato chips full of chips thrown against and chain.
I like how he's specified that is, how exact, as if he's pooped out bubble wrap before.
That I've seen that online.
I think what worries me the most is that people might be touching themselves with this story.
If you're touching yourself, don't leave a comment, please. Yeah, now everyone's gonna fucking write the comments about just that. I do myself.
Alright, continue. They want to listen to us read it, not listen to us garble about it. Garble.
They can read it themselves.
Their English is killing my English.
Okay. And then she was sad and upset again, but Big Mac Spider was to hear the whole time and made her comfort. He barucked her spider food, which was bugs, and Twilight was finally okay with eating bugs, with Spider Big Mac's help. She had to eat them to be alive, and being alive was more good than eating bugs was bad. So she did it and was sad and upset because the bugs were gross, but it was okay because she was alive.
I like how you just read through it like it's normal English.
Well,
like, you just go on through
doing what I can.
You're like, dude, and nku, and she, washubu, and then she fell, baraku, and it's like, what?
I promised a verbatim reading of this story, and that's what I'm gonna get.
I, like, break down after, like, every other word, going, how, what? And you're sitting like, oh, this is normal, dude. You need to go on the internet more often. And I'm like, what part of the internet are you? Okay, no, I can't say that.
Yeah.
This is like an actual story. He sat down, typed this out, and... An editor. Does this man not have an editor? Does he not edit himself? Do the little red squiggly lines did not come underneath it and he just not like right click onto it and just autocorrect it?
Maybe he thought that was like artistic flair, the red lines.
Artistic flair?
Yeah, like Microsoft Word. No, like Microsoft Word was like putting art around his words because it thought its story was so awesome.
It's like a weeaboo having a seizure. Baku.
Okay, moving right along. Big Mac Spider. I think I saw that YouTube video too.
Big Mac.
Big Mac Spider helped her guard the eggs for many days until one day the eggs were very big and had dark fins moving around inside of them, and Twilight knew they were her babies, and she was kind of happy a little bit, and Big Mac was happy because she was happy, and then she was even happier because Big Mac was happy, but they didn't have a spider sex. Because Big Mac knew how much Twilight didn't like that because it felt weird, and also she didn't want to have more babvies, and neither did he really, but he was ready to be the best spider daddy so that Twilight didn't have to worry.
I really like how this person uses grammar to such a perfect level, even though that they have some sentences that kind of go on and on and on, and you kind of have to take a breath every now and again. But the lack of periods and the commas and apostrophes...
I think they get it. They're getting enough of that from the story.
Like, that whole paragraph was one sentence. It was all one sentence. Well, he ended it with a period. I guess that's kind of considerate of him.
I'm almost done with this chapter, and oh god, I can't wait.
And then, yeah.
Alright. After a few more days, the eggs started moving, and they knew that the eggs were going to hatch because Twilight was smart and she knew all about eggs.
She knew all about her eggs. Get it?
Okay, they watched the egg pile of eggs move around, and then they heard little baby spider clicks, and they knew it was the baby spiders, and they watched even more much. The eggs all hatched simultaneously, and vast multitudes of tiny spiderlings swarmed out in a screeching horde. Okay. Twilight and Big Mac started to scuttle away as quickly as they could. But they soon found that they were in no real danger. The spiderlings had no intention of killing their parents. They witnessed a solid black mass of itchy, screaming death cover every surface of the library.
Itchy?
Millions of spiders continued to swarm out of the eggs. The floods seemed to be endless. Okay, what the hell? I want everyone to know just how fucking immaculate this grammar and spelling just became. So I was pretty sure this was a troll fic. I think I read that it was anyway, but this... I think this just fucking proves it. This person's like, look, I actually can write well. Look at that. Look, Spike lay curled up in his little dragon bed, moping. Things hadn't been the same since Twi's disappearance, and it had been over a week since he had any decent ideas about what to do about it. He was depressed and miserable.
That's perfect fucking grammar. Like,
I know. Suddenly, he heard a scratching, high-pitched noise coming from upstairs. His curiosity overcame his melancholy as he plodded up to investigate. He was intercepted by a solid wall of spiderlings pouring down the stairwell, which overwhelmed him almost instantly. Spike had just enough presence of mind to scream, but doing so did nothing but allow the swarm of spiders access to his lungs and stomach.
What?
The spiderlings drained his fluids for sustenance.
What?
And Spike died in horrible pain and agony.
What?
Well, somebody doesn't like dragons.
What? This is a horror story now? It's just... Oh, he opened up his mouth, so the spiders crawled into his mouth and his lungs, and into his stomach, and drained his fluids. The fuck?
So,
that escalated quickly.
Is this like a bait and switch? Did this person just like write a chapter and a half terribly to get people to start reading, and then just write his real fanfic afterwards?
Just him killing Spike. Like, fuck Spike. I hate Spike. Spike needs to die by having spiders crawl into his lungs and his stomach and drain him of all of his fluids.
Well, hey, you gotta give this person points for creativity at least.
Anyway.
That is the end of chapter 2. So that'll also be the end of part 2 of this video.
We're like past